Okay, so welcome. This is my Linux intro to basic commands. We're going to be talking about just bare minimum commands. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into my terminal. I'm going to maximize my terminal. So first thing that I want to point out is this Arthur at Ubuntu. So this is my user at my computer, and this is my current directory. That little squiggly line is home. So I want to show you CD first. I want to show you how to navigate directories. So change directories. I want to go to my documents. And you'll notice I'm underneath home and documents. I want to CD back to home. Because again, that squiggly line is home. So you can go back and forth. We could do CD dots. That just shows you your current working directory. Or you could do cd dot dot. So before I do that, I want to go back to documents. So cd dot dot should take me back to my home because the two dots will go up one more directory. And it does. As opposed to the cd dot takes you to the same directory. So a big one that I end up using quite often is this pwd. And that is present working directory. And that will show you our current, not relative path, but direct path. You'll notice here, we just seen home documents. This is a relative path. This is the actual full direct path. So that's something to keep in mind. So now that we've done basic directories, we've seen how to see what directory we currently are in. What about listing contents of directories? So ls, which is very similar to Windows directory command, shows that you can list items. I'm going to change back to my home directory. I'm going to do ls again. And again, I can see a bunch of different types of items there, but I'm not quite sure exactly what they are. So we can do an ls minus lowercase l, and that gives us more details. This D stands for directory. So we can see that desktop, documents, downloads, those are all directories. We can also see who the user is, the size, when is the last time that they were modified, the time, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go change back to my documents. It's case sensitive. So lowercase d is not the same as capital D, so you have to be careful with that. What happens if I want to look at just specific files? I want to see, I know that I have, let's see what we have in the folder. So I know we have 3 test files. I want to see just the test 2 and test 3. So I can actually do test and a question mark. The question mark is a wildcard that is only used for one character. You'll notice that test 1 has several characters after 1. So it has test1.txt. So the question mark should only yield test 2 and test 3, because again, that question mark only yields one special character, or one character, and that's going to be the 2 or the 3. But what happens if I want to see all items that start with the word test? Star is a special wildcard mask that means unlimited. What happens if I want to look at just text documents? I could do star.txt, and that will bring up only any name that is a .txt extension. So what happens if I actually want to read my text document? I can do concatenate, or cat for short, test1.txt, and that allows me to read my file. So let's work on learning how to set variables. So you can set a variable by just typing in a variable name equals an item equals everyone. So I want to have it display hello everyone. So we can do it echo $A, and that actually will list hello. Can we do hello everyone? Sure, but you'll notice it gets really weird with spacing. But we can do it. So the common questions are, what about if we include them in quotes? Again, we're going to see that they are going to run. But one thing is, what happens if we want to run them to run separately? We can do a semicolon, and we're going to notice that it will run them both separately. But you're going to notice that it gave us a command not found. That's because that semicolon actually is the start of a whole new command. Because that semicolon actually says, hey, let's be able to concatenate or include multiple commands on one string or one line. And that is our basics for setting basic variables and being able to display basic variables. What about echo path? So path is a special one, but you have to do it caps. And that's actually where all of our commands are being, the paths for all of our commands and where they're located. That was important because that wins the test question. Now if we want to see where a specific command is at, we can actually type which and the command, and it'll give you the pathway to where that command is stored. And if we type the word history, we actually get to see the history of all the commands that we've typed. So I'm going to go and clear my screen. And the last one is, let's look at some more advanced commands underneath ls. Notice I want to see what our present working directory is, and we are underneath our user profile documents. So let's go ahead and navigate back to home. And I want to run a ls minus capital R. It's actually going to let us look deep into each folder and subfolder so that we can see what's where. You'll notice in documents, I have 3 test documents, but I don't have any other files anywhere else. That's because I really don't. We've already talked about ls minus l, gives our detailed. We also have this ls minus a. And that's actually going to show us all files, including hidden files. You're going to notice if they start with a dot, they are typically hidden files. And for now, that's a basic overview of our basic commands that we're going to be using in Linux Essentials.